Two-time winners Atletico Madrid face French side Marseille, who are in their first European final since 2005. Two clubs of considerable continental pedigree have reached tonight's final, taking different routes. Marseille's European campaign this season began at the third qualifying round of the UEFA Europa League. For Atletico Madrid, the Spanish team, they started in the group stage of the UEFA Champions League. Well, a fine evening to you. Welcome along to our coverage of the UEFA Europa League final going down at the Grand Bas Stadium in Lyon. I'm Emmanuel Atem. Always a pleasure to bring you the broadcast alongside members of this truly respected gang called Femi and the gang. From the right hand side, he's just fresh from New York. He didn't come back with his accent, so he still sounds as he used to. Nnamdi Akugba, a fine evening to you. Welcome along to the Europa League final. I
was never going to miss this, Emmanuel. I was never ever going to miss the Europa League final. I watched the semi-final games out there, and it didn't feel the same. I mean, you're watching it alone in a basketball nation. you're watching soccer. Permit me to use that, the basketball nation. And I knew I was never going to miss the Europa League final. And the two teams I wanted to go through are in the final. That's Atletico Madrid
don't like you.
and Marseille. Well, I knew it was always going to happen. I told Bucci before they made even the draw of Atletico Madrid and Arsenal that if they ever meet, Atletico will beat them. Maybe if they meet in the final, then Arsenal could stand a chance, but that's not the case. So Atletico Madrid versus Marseille. This time, I'm going to pitch my tent with Salem Fly and Marseille. Because I feel they have something. We don't know. Atletico Madrid are odds-on favorite, no doubt. But I feel Marseille can pull the chestnut out of the fire tonight.
I say welcome to Jude Otigbu, who's ever present. You heard his analysis during the first leg, and also he was present in the return fixture at the Wanda. This is a special night for the two teams, Jude.
Yeah, a truly special night, Emmanuel. You and I were here in the studio when they defeated the Arsenal, the Gunners. I was quite sad there for Arsene Wenger. He couldn't cap off his 22 years with a European crown. But this is massive for these two clubs. El Cholo never scores too many goals and never concedes too many goals. And he has a compact team. Olympique Marseille themselves, they're not a very defensive side, but they score lots of goals. We saw that in the build-up to this tournament, in the road to Lyon, and they have the advantage. They're playing at home, not in Marseille, but they're playing at home because it's in Lyon. But Atletico Madrid are no respecter of anywhere they go. They plan what they want and they tend to achieve it. Well, I'm not going to go with Salem and Nnamdi, who say Olympique de Marseille. Somebody has to be different. I pitch my tent with the Atletico Madrid side because you know why I love Madrid. So I have to go with Atletico.
All right, just before we introduce Salem Fly, a message from our friends Google. Do not forget all of the information concerning anything that's got to do with football, emphasis, the Premier League, other sport also. You get that information, the Google app. Just get the Google app on your Android, Play, Apple, whatever it is, you can actually download it to, and all the information at your fingertips. No time to waste. The 2018 UEFA Europa League final going down in Lyon. Salem Fly exercising his fist. This is not a boxing ring, Salem.
He's happy.
We are both happy.
He's a Frenchman, so he's happy.
Bonsoir, Salem Fly.
Oui, Manoa, bonsoir. Et Nnamdi, bonsoir. Je suis avec toi.
Bonsoir à
tous.
Bonsoir aussi.
Je vais te dire une chose, hein. Les joueurs marseillais, hein, ils sont ici avec la bataille. Tu connais l'histoire de Dimitri Payet à West Ham. Il avait quitté West Ham pour aller jouer là-bas à Marseille. C'est la même chose avec Tovin. Tovin aussi se bat avec Bastia pour dire je vais jouer à Marseille. Adirami, même chose. Je vais te dire, les Marseillais, ils sont pour les combats. Ils ne sont pas ici pour s'amuser. Cette coupe, cette finale reste en France. Et tu vois, Ici, c'est toute la France, pas seulement Marseille qui est ici.
Amazing stuff. He mentioned Adirami and of course Florent Thauvin. These are special players, just like the atmosphere in France. And for the records, this is going down in Lyon. I don't think it's advantage to Marseille, but I'm going to run through the lineup. The official for this one is from Holland. It's Bjorn Kuipers. And an exchange of pleasantries between two men who should be outstanding tonight. One is Antoine Griezmann. The other is Dimitri Payet. I don't know what, smiling when I see Diego Costa. It looks like we might get a red card, which has never happened in a final of the UEFA Europa League. So the goalkeeper for the home side in the final, Marseille, Steve Mandanda, Luis Gustavo, Adil Rami, Jordan Amavi, Bounassa, Dimitri Payet, Morgan Sanson, Andre Zamboanguissa, Valeri Germain, Lucas Ocampos, and Florent Thauvin. For Atletico Madrid, it's Jan Oblak, Diego Godin, Jorge Gimenez, Lucas Hernandez, Simi Vasayeko goes centre for the first leg against Arsenal. He's back in the final. Gabi, Saul Niguez, Koke, Angel Correa, Antoine Griezmann, and Diego Costa. Namdi, we do have kickoff.
Yeah, it started, and I think the fans are excited about this one. It's it's easy for you to point out one man, that Dimitri Payet for Marseille, but we know that Atletico Madrid, in as much as they're a very defensive side, they are more of a midfield side, a side that will take the midfield from you and make you play the way they want you to play. That's something about Atletico Madrid. They don't score too many goals, like Jude said. They don't concede too many goals as well, and that's one thing Marseille have to have in mind. They shouldn't concede. If they do concede, they're in big trouble. I don't think they can break it. But one experienced player, or two experienced, or should I say three experienced players for Marseille, Luis Gustavo is in the middle of the park for Marseille. Dimitri Payet is also another, and Valeri Germain, that man who played from Monaco, moved to Marseille. And we're talking about three key positions in a football pitch, and that's where these experienced players are for Marseille. I'm talking about Marseille because they are the underdogs in this one. I think Atletico Madrid have what it takes. I mean, you have a striking duo of Griezmann and Costa. You should be in big trouble, but I still feel Marseille have something to offer in this game.
And for you, Jude, just before your analysis, a reminder, we are live on YouTube.
On YouTube, yes, it is YouTube / Nigeria Info FM. So just search us on YouTube and you see all the action, what is going on, the gesticulations, the celebrations, the jubilations, and the ohs and ahs. You see everything live on YouTube. But Emmanuel, permit me to pose a question. Poser la question à Salem. Quelle est ta prédiction à la match?
Oui, je vais te dire la vérité, ce sera 2-1.
2-1.
Voilà. Ce sera 2-1 en faveur de Marseille.
En faveur de Marseille. Oh,
in favor of Marseille. Emmanuel, we got that one.
We got that. Shout out to Jude, by the way. It's a special night for our French listeners. We do have them in quantum, so a reason why we had to unearth Salem Fly from I don't know where he was before Femi discovered him, and he's doing justice to African We'll See. Just a countdown, talking about African teams who've been at the World Cup and who will be at the 2018 FIFA World Cup. God bless Nigeria. We're one of the 5 teams to have qualified. But let's just describe what is happening. Less than 2 minutes, Atleti are playing from left to right of our monitor device, and Atletico Madrid are attacking from right to left. Well, you could join the coverage on YouTube. Feel free to drop your comments. Namdi, Jude, they do have the gadgets, so they will take as many messages as possible. Home attire for Atletico Madrid, red and red socks for Olympique de Marseille, all white with shades of blue, just to distinguish this side. It's Payet. They're playing from right to left. They understand what it means to play right here at the Velodrome. It's a good pass. It could be the first goal. Oh! An unbelievable match from Olympique Marseille. That should have been the perfect start. The fans.
Emmanuel, that is what we're talking about when Olympique Marseille play. They don't really care much about the defense, but they score plenty of goals. We just saw that one. Dimitri Payet instigating this one. What a pass, and what a miss by the striker himself. He should have finished off that one. But that is Dimitri Payet at his very best.
C'est jamais. Il était sous pression. C'est la pression là.
Very disappointing, Emmanuel. I made mention of this old young man's name. talking about the experience he brings onto the pitch. But what a combination. Dimitri Payet, I thought at some point he was going to take it on his own, take that shot. We know that he knows how to strike from distance, but he decided to lay the ball through, and that was a chance. Chances like this don't come, a lot of them don't come playing against Atletico Madrid. And when you get those chances, you convert them and allow Atletico Madrid come to you, which means there will be space at the back for you to, break through. And I'm disappointed in Valery Germain. He knows more than most of these players in here that when you play against a team like Atletico Madrid, get your chances and convert them.
They've got to do just that. If I mention, it's Atletico's second UEFA final in Lyon. They'll be hoping for a more positive outcome tonight. The last time they were here playing in the final, they were defeated 3-0 by Ukrainian side Dynamo Kiev way back in the 1986 European Cup Winners' Cup. And it looks like it's the French team who started real good. A free kick from the right hand side. You know who will take it? Dimitri Payet, one of the most sought-after players while he was still with West Ham United, who, by the way, just laid off the manager David Moyes. It's a decent free kick. You expect a head from Atletico Madrid, justice to that, but danger not averted. Eventually a strike would come just at the edge of the penalty area by the man we mentioned, Adir Rami. Salem mentioned his name while he was giving his introduction. It's been the sort of stats you'd expect, Jude, from a side playing technically at home. That's Olympique Marseille.
Yeah, like I said, they have the advantage in this one. But when you look at this Atletico Madrid side, they have seen the mistake they made. The same thing happened to them when they played the Arsenal team. When Arsenal scored first, they tried to adjust the team, get one goal, lock up shot. But this is a one-leg affair. This is not 2 legs where you go home and away. Technically, like you said, Olympique Marseille are playing at home, so they really have to be careful here. They wouldn't mind dragging the game into extra time, make the Olympique Marseille team tired and punch them in extra time. This is Atletico Madrid. I know what they can do. When you have a Diego Costa, rampaging Antoine Griezmann, then anything can really happen. Antoine Griezmann is playing against his countrymen, right. So he would want to show or prove a point as to why FC Barcelona, the rumors about him moving to Barcelona are true.
Well, just while Jude was laying bare the analysis, the cameras, albeit blurry, just had the glimpse of the suspended Atletico Madrid manager Diego Simeone. He's a former winner of this particular championship. He understands what it means to win the UEFA Europa League. Just for the record, they were actually the very first team to win the UEFA Europa League, Atletico Madrid. Playing from right to left, left to right, I beg your pardon. And here they come attacking, this time from the right inside, snuffed out easily by the Marseille defense. You pretty much expect a free kick from that moment. The referee, I mentioned, he's from Holland, Bjorn Kuipers. Had a decent start in this game. It's going to be one heck of a fixture for him, Bjorn Kuipers.
Yeah, well, this is what happens. The underdogs always show themselves at the first few minutes of the game. I fear that chance that wasn't converted by Germain would come back and haunt this Marseille team. They have their tails up at the moment. Early minutes of the game, you see them, asking all the questions. But I feel Atletico Madrid were lucky and didn't get one goal behind, but that luck might stand, because when they go forward they might just get their chance, convert. I mean, you have strikers who are ruthless in front of goal in Diego Costa and his brother Antoine Griezmann. I feel it's going the way it's supposed to go. The underdogs come out and attack, then later the top dog just scores one goal, and that's the end of the game.
And it could be really heartbreaking for the Atleti fans. Well, not entirely, because they've already secured passage to the Champions League. For Marseille, they really do need this particular championship. It's going to be a massive one for a side who've won only 4 of their 15 UEFA competitions against Spanish opposition. As we present the UEFA Europa League final, we continue with the countdown to the FIFA World Cup in Russia. 29 days. See where we are official broadcast partners for the 2018 FIFA World Cup. Well, a free kick against Diego Costa. The first time he's involved in any sort of action in this game, and it's going to be a foul against the Spanish international. The referee wants a word with him. It's too early to have Diego Costa in the book. Bjorn Kuipers is a man who takes absolutely no prisoners, and Antoine Griezmann had to just walk forward to also calm the nerves. He was crossed up against a deal, and surely great call from the official.
I think for Kuipers, what he's doing is very simple. I know you, Diego Costa, you love antics. If you do it in this game, I'll punish you. You will get sent off. I don't know, I'm talking like him, but I feel that's what he's telling him. He will tell him, you love antics, you do this all the time, and I'm not going to have it in this game. This is the final. If you do this, if anybody falls, whether you touch the person or you don't touch the person, I will give a foul against you and you get booked for it. And I think Diego Costa has to be very careful. He's known for that, and you know, he's a striker who gets a lot of red cards because of his antics and because of his rashness when he plays. And Kuipers will be having none of that today. It's a final, a very important one, more important for Marseille, I must say, because Marseille need to get to the Champions League. For Atletico Madrid, they have qualified already for the Champions League, but it's an opportunity for Atletico Madrid to win the same competition that they've won twice already.
It's Atleti with the possession in field, an opportunity for Gabi. Pretty much a squad that's got some semblance. The Atleti player we mentioned, talking about Kevin Gamero, who missed that huge, well, hasn't had that moment though. It was Jermaine who missed that opportunity early on for the home side. It's been really balanced, this fixture. Well, on paper, many had fancied a walk in the pack, disrespecting Marseille on how far they've come in this competition. Didn't score too many goals, Olympique Marseille, in the group stages, that you've got to mention. Scored only 4 goals in their group games, but they found the net 16 times in 8 knockout phase encounters, taking their total of the competition proper to 20. That was the most devastating side to play against in the knockout stage, and heartbreak they presented to Salzburg in the last fixture. Rolando getting that nail-biting, not supposed to be corner incident in the second leg, but it did happen. Now we have a final, and we can mention that Marseille still do have possession. A reminder, they're playing from right to left. To pass up front, try as much as they can. Well, Campos is close to the edge of the area, still has the ball. He's got about 2 wide sheds, fights the captain Dimitri Payet, and a potential strike might come in eventually, and it does come. It's low, but it's rolled out for a goal kick.
I think for Atletico Madrid, they probably feel they are playing away from home. It doesn't feel like a neutral ground for Atletico Madrid. I can see how deep they are sitting. They are not pressing high forward. They are not looking for that early goal so they could go close shop. They feel, oh, we are playing away, maybe we'll play home the next game. But it's a final,
yes,
and this is what it is. I remember the Champions League final at Wembley, where Barcelona took on Manchester United. Barcelona did not care it was in England. They destroyed Manchester United, and I expect same performance. Maybe the top dog tag is the problem. Atletico Madrid barely go into games as favourites to win. They go into games as let's just play and see. But this is it. They are playing in the final against Marseille. They are the top dogs. They are the team everyone expects to win. And we are not seeing anything in the first few minutes. It's still a bit cagey for them. They are not coming out. But I feel they need to do that, pushing forward. They need to come out and see how they could play this Marseille team.
Got to give credit to the Marseille side. They've been really good after early exchanges. Salem Fly.
Oui, Inamdi dit la vérité. Emmanuel, je vais te dire. Atleti ne joue pas avec Marseille. Atleti joue avec la France. Et ce sera difficile pour Atleti de gagner ici. C'est un match contre la France, pas contre Marseille. Parce que toute la France est derrière Marseille. Toute la France, toute l'équipe de France veut que Marseille gagne cette coupe. Et Marseille gagnera cette coupe.
Oh, Olympique Marseille, the captain of the side, Dimitri Payet, has scored, recorded 7 assists this season's UEFA Europa League. The fans would want him to achieve such tonight, but it's a free kick first to Atletico Madrid, about 25 yards. Got 3 players standing over this one. Koke, man who's valued quite a fee, just to mention 70 million euros. That's in a not too convincing position, but Atleti got great set piece takers, and this time it looks like, well, Correa left it for Koke. Koke with a free kick, dealt with easily by the head of Jordan Amavi. It's still Atletico with the possession on the right inside. They send it forward and it's chested out for a throw by Anguissa. Antoine Griezmann already showing colours, just how much of an influence he will be in this final if Atleti are aiming to win this competition.
I think Antoine Griezmann has realized that hairstyle he started the season with did not work, and he's trying to take it off, and now he's trying to grow a new one for the World Cup. But Atletico Madrid, okay, that was wide. Atletico Madrid, you know, I think they need to push up forward. We've seen them; they've got chances. In the past 2 minutes, they had a free kick, you know, headed out by the Marseille defense, and just now, an acrobatic from Koke. Trying to beat the goalkeeper, but it went wide. But that's the state of the game so far. It's one of 3 finals we're expecting. The Europa League final, the FA Cup final comes in next, then the Champions League final also comes in. But this is the first of those 3 finals, and it's a big one really. And Europe always bigger than your home. Your domestic leagues. Really.
This is a huge one.
Now there's barely 15 minutes into the game, and already we're having messages, or a message, an important one, coming from YouTube, directed towards Salem. He says, "Salem body they hot," and they shake on the chair as if he did on the pitch.
Salem is a legend.
Salem, you can understand, he's French, actually, so he wants Marseille to win. But I wonder how he'd react when Atletico score.
You know, and I'd like to see that reaction. Hopefully, he doesn't pull off the mic. It's very expensive.
C'est Athletic Marc, je serai quand même. Je sais qu'à la fin, Marseille va gagner la coupe. C'est ça qui est très important. Athletic peut gagner la bataille, mais la guerre, Marseille gagnera la guerre. Athletic can win the battle, but the war, Marseille will end up winning.
The war for Marseille.
Voila.
Voila. That's a true too. The side he expects to win the war, Marseille. It's going to be taken by Bruno Sarr. On the right, it's short infield to find Andrea Anguissa. Down to the left-hand side, an opportunity. Well, that's a mistimed pass. They don't want to do that to Atletico Madrid, who tried to break free. It's the midfield stripe on the right-hand side. Vasayeko finds Antoine Griezmann. Good pass up front. It's an opportunity for a breakthrough. 3 Athletic players against 4 Marseille players, and the straight pass from Koke. Just couldn't penetrate that defense. Mastered by Adil Rami. And now it's Atletico's turn to defend. Lucas Ocampos time to attack for Marseille on the left hand side. He's got 2 Ratchet. Beautiful skill there. Still at the edge of the area. Finds Dimitri Payet. His pass is 99% accurate. That instant he also was. But just the follow-up there disappointing for the home side. And Atletico will regain possession.
He just said the home side.
Well,
yeah, technically Marseille are the home side.
It's very odd to have a French team play in France, but
yeah, Marseille are the home team technically.
Yeah, they are the home team.
They are the home side in this game.
But just so you know, by the way, it's Marseille side yet to win the UEFA Cup, or UEFA Europa League as it's called present day. But they've won the Champions League. They were the very first team to win the UEFA Champions League after it became rebranded, just like Atletico Madrid. So the 2018 finalists in the UEFA Europa League. Well, it's a coming together of inaugural winners of UEFA's 2 current major club competitions. Like I mentioned, Atletico Madrid winning the very first UEFA Europa League in 2010. And Marseille were the first team to be proclaimed UEFA Champions League winners back 1993. Had the Ayew brothers' father, Pelé, part of that team, and now they're in the championship. If they will decide to stay down, it's difficult. I think so much quality inherent in those boys. They probably will just take the next available flights, might go back to France
or play with Ashanti Kotoko.
I think it's just too good for the Ghanaian Premier League. I've played 20 minutes. It did start like a house on fire, and the probabilities of about 4 goals in this game looks dire, but somehow, well, Dimitri Payet trying to go with the spectacular. There's actually not a moment there he tried to create one.
Never going to beat Jan Oblak with that sort of attempt. He needs to do something more spectacular to defeat or to score against Jan Oblak. But Emmanuel, this is becoming more than I expected. I expected a KG game, but this is gradually becoming open in this one. Both sides hoping to create chances, especially Olympique Marseille. They know they have the home fans. I mean, everywhere, all over the place. People from Lyon supporting them, and people from Marseille, the whole of France. They actually have more to lose if they lose this one because they are in the Europa League already. And I mean, winning this one will upgrade them to the Champions League spot. But Atletico Madrid are already in the Champions League, and they just want to win this one and put it in the bag. But Olympique Marseille would want an upgrade to the Champions League. Everybody wants to play Champions League football. If they win this Europa League, they leave the Europa League for some other teams and head to the Champions League.
For Lyon, it's never pleasant playing against Spanish teams. They've got a terrible record against them. Did I say Lyon? Marseille. I'm going to get used to the fact that the home side are not the ones in the final. Well, this is a good moment for them to create something. Near perfect cross, easy catch for Jan Oblak. Well, for many, it's valued at about 70 million euros. Jan Oblak, if he's going to leave Atleti, that's how much you've got to pay to get his services.
Fantastic goalkeeper.
I think it's really good. The goal kick taken straight to his other goalkeeper. I think it's just time for them to play poker from one goalkeeper to another.
I think Atletico Madrid are not in this game. I felt it was going to be something that happens in the first 15 10 minutes, then they find themselves back in the game. It's not been that way. We've seen Marseille boss from the blast of the whistle up until this moment, and it's a problem for Atletico Madrid. They don't seem to have an answer to whatever Marseille are throwing at them. Good thing is they haven't conceded, so it's still all to play for Atletico Madrid. But the good thing for Marseille, I think a motivation for them should have been the fact that their captain and inspiration, Dimitri Payet, was fit for this game. We know that he had some issues. He didn't play in the last
against
game. Yes, because of fears that he had a little injury, so they called it. But he's here, and there's a problem.
Well, they could be the first goal. Take your eyes off the screen. To be overly dramatic and flowery language coming out of my cavity, I'm just gonna say this. El Cholo, the man who's been in prison not to watch this one, has seen his side who've been completely non-existent in this game do what they do, execution style. 22 minutes, Salem flies mute, his wings cut short.
What an atrocious! What was the goalkeeper thinking about?
Terrible play from Mandanda, but it was actually a good pass from Mandanda, and somehow the defender couldn't hold it.
Steve Mandanda doing?
It's Atleti who lead 1-0 in Lyon.
What was Steve Mandanda doing?
It's actually when you are overconfident. I think the defender he got the ball to wasn't aware. Anguissa who got the ball and couldn't do anything.
It's been really commanding. Look at the Toy Griezmann saying, and you were the man who was saying Atletico Madrid haven't come to the party, and they had to give you egg on face.
Yeah, I told you, Emmanuel. I told you, I said the problem is when Atletico Madrid get the chance, they will score, and that's the problem. You can't boss the game and not score goals. I can't speak French. I would have helped. I speak with the language I do know, and that's English. This was the only way so far in the game that Atletico Madrid would have scored a goal. An error. Of course, you can't give Van Griezmann that kind of chance that he will not score. He will score 9.5 out of 10 times. He would score. It was 1-on-1, and I think Marseille have shot themselves in the foot, and they might suffer for this error.
Well, I can tell you, Griezmann's home isn't far from Lyon. He was born in Marcon, just 61 kilometers from Lyon. Well, he never played professional football in France, and tonight he's going to help not just Lyon, but his friends who also are players for this side. The first booking of the game, shown to Vasayeko, the man who was sent off in the first leg against Arsenal, has picked up the first booking in this final.
Hopefully he doesn't get sent off this one.
24 minutes, Vasayeko on a yellow. Atleti lead, Kotzi. Aklanga dropped by the defender called Andre Anguissa.
It was actually the goalkeeper, the combination of the goalkeeper and the defender.
But then again, I thought the pass was good.
The pass was not very good.
I thought the pass was good. Anguissa wasn't.
He wasn't concentrating.
He wasn't paying attention.
But then the goalkeeper should have.
Mais la passe n'est pas bon, c'est pas bon.
That's right, he could have done that.
He should have. We saw Jan Oblak kick from goal to goal. Why did he do that?
Jude Marseille, right from the blast of the whistle, have been playing from the back. They've been passing from the back. It's not new. Nguiza should be blamed. He wasn't concentrating. Maybe this will be the equalizer.
Free kick to Payet and Marseille on the left. He takes it. It's long, it's high, it's low. It could be the strike for the equalizer.
Atleti.
Well, somehow Atletico Madrid are doing what they should do, and the cross would come through with a header. Just hit the roof of the net there. And well, he's going to say what I understand, but I cannot say what he said because it's NTBB. It begins with a P and ends with an A. Made famous by Pablo Escobar. The goalkeeper there felt threatened at a point, Jan Black. Atleti just doing the master job.
They would die on the line. Let's go Madrid.
But just the goal.
They have got that goal.
They know how to do it.
That is the problem. You do not play against an Atletico Madrid side and concede first unless you're Real Madrid. That's the only way you can fight back. And it's not the case. Even Barcelona will struggle, to play against this Atletico Madrid side. I don't know how they do it. They will put their body on the line. They will put everything on the line just to defend this goal. And if care is not taken, they will get a second, one way or the other. And Marseille will be in big trouble. This is not RB Salzburg. This is Atletico Madrid.
It is Atletico Madrid, former champions of this competition. But they've not beaten a French club in France since September 1961 when they won 3-2 at Sedan in the first round of the triumphant European Cup Winners' Cup campaign. So this might just be the second time since 1961 where they will defeat a French side in France. A free kick to Atletico Madrid on the right. Antoine Griezmann enjoys standing over such. And I think he's going to let it slide for a different player. He's still looking on the right. Close to the edge of the area. They've got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Atleti shirts. The free kick is taken. Well, it's quite technical there because there was contact made. But easy catch for the goalkeeper, Steve Mandanda.
Well, that was a good one, and we saw Correa get to the end of that one. He touched it. Now see them pass again from the back. Another error now. They have to be careful. I think Mandanda has used his tongue to count his teeth, and I realized that he had to boot that one into the box. But Marseille, I would still give them slim hopes. Maybe they can conjure something and get an equalizer. But they destroyed themselves by causing that problem, and Atletico Madrid will find it difficult to let that one go.
This is an opportunity for Bruno Cell on the right. His cross is near perfect, but easy catch for Jan Black. So easy for the goalkeeper.
It's not going to be at Atleti next season, I bet you, man. This guy is just too good, and a lot of eyes on him. But Sime Vasako has to be very careful. He knows he's playing against the home team. Technically the home team, so he just got sent off at the Arsenal game playing away from home, and this is France, this is Olympique Marseille. The chance from the fans, the noise might just influence the referee's decision, so he really has to be very careful. The Super Eagles have to be happy though. He is the Croatian national team squad for the World Cup, so I think Ghana should be looking carefully at this final.
But the question is, how much love do the Lyon supporters have for Marseille and Marseille players and the Marseille
all this rivalry?
I don't think. I think Salem Fly can help us with that.
Oui, il y a des rivaux entre eux, mais pour le moment, ils ont dit que tout le monde doit soutenir Marseille.
How far is Marseille from Lyon?
Lagos, Ibadan.
Okay, not far off.
Emmanuel, I'm looking at
Manchester.
I'm looking at the Manchester. Sorry, he said Manchester. I put it in my mouth. I said I'm looking at the table in France.
Okay.
Olympique Lyon are already in the Champions League qualification spot. If Marseille wins this one, I think Marseille are going to take that spot. Because in France they have three spots. They have two automatic and one playoff. So I think Olympique Marseille. We will find out about that if Marseille will take that spot, and Lyon will move down to the Europa League spot. But if that's the case, then I don't think Olympique Lyonnais fans would support Olympique Marseille.
Yeah. But if this gentleman talking about Marseille win the UEFA Europa League, it's going to be 4 French teams playing. Yes,
4 French teams.
That's what it's going to be. Yeah. Okay. So Lyon will still have to go through the playoffs, and Marseille will advance as winners. But with a goal against the most difficult side to play against.
Ask Barcelona. Ask Real Madrid.
Ask Arsenal.
Ask Arsenal.
Let's talk about the more recent side they dispatched. But there's still plenty of time. Someone foresaw 4 goals in this game.
I know him.
We'll see one in 29 minutes. Hell, he's been very effective in this game that I've got to mention. Koke had to take
obviously a candidate for the Spanish national team.
Oh, certainly huge player,
solid player,
valued at 70 million euros. Koke, the most expensive player in terms of amount to be bought for. Obviously, it's not Diego Costa. It's the Cameroon's partner Costa. Costa's valued about 60 million. It's actually Antoine Griezmann, the goal scorer. And if you just joined in the broadcast, it's a coverage of the UEFA Europa League final going down in Lyon at the Parc Olympique. For sponsorship reasons, it's called the Groupama Stadium. It's a 59,186 seat stadium, and the Lyon Metropolis, like a very, very loving Salem Fly, who's
maybe Salem Fly should tell us the real pronunciation of the name of the stadium.
Yes.
C'est le stade, le grand stade de Lyon, le stade Groupama.
Yeah, Groupama, as the French say.
That reminds me of in the village when they call some Mpama. I don't know.
That's right.
Mpama.
Do not forget we're also live on YouTube. Just keep go get a glimpse of Salem Fly and how animated he is, and also Nnamdi Ekugba, just back from the state, as they say. Jude, ever present. Half time, probably ask you how he feels coming back home. Jude was with me in this, during the semi-final coverage. It was really epic watching Arsene Wenger's Arsenal try as hard as they could. They just couldn't make the final. Cameras will pan on Dimitri Payet with the number 10 shirt. Looks like one of those nights where he's Junior's Swollen manifest.
The first substitution already.
Hopefully
Dimitri Payet.
It is.
Oh, he wasn't fully fit for this game.
He wasn't. He wasn't. And thanks to Valérie Jamail for not converting the chance. Dimitri Payet passed to him, and at this point you fear. You fear for Olympic Marseille. You fear for Olympic Marseille.
He just said something about the groin, so it's it's a groin injury. He missed out in that 3-all game against Guiguillaume. Jermaine got 2 goals in that game. Tovin scored 1. Jermaine had an opportunity to get the first tonight, but just a better description of what's going down. Everyone just hovering around him.
He's in tears.
Antoine Griezmann, as much as he's playing against Marseille, they are good friends, the national team, so
he has to beg them water.
Wow.
I like it actually.
Yeah, they won't give it. They won't give it.
Players do that. Well, it's going to be
he's in tears. Oh dear.
I know it's not the World Cup.
The World Cup.
Well, no one knows how long this injury will keep him out, but it's official. The first substitution, Dimitri Payet, the captain of the side, is off. Luis Gustavo will be with the armband. Everyone just giving him a hug. Nights like this, you want to see out 90 minutes.
It's bye-bye to the World Cup, Emmanuel. They should have rested him for this game. They should have rested him.
That, actually.
They tried to fast-track him to play this game to get him fit for the World Cup, but you could see from the moment he fell down and started whipping, he knows the World Cup is over. There's no time. The team lists are fast coming. The French national team would in the next coming week release their team. Dimitri Payet, I'm so sorry. I don't think he would make that squad anymore.
Heartbreaking moments.
La petite. Oui,
the petite girl is crying.
So Salem, what's the significance of this exit?
Emmanuel, c'est véritablement un problème pour Marseille déjà.
Yes.
C'est parce que Dimitri Payet c'est un motivateur. Il le motive, il le inspire. Maintenant qu'il est sorti, il y aura un petit problème parce que c'est lui qui contrôle le milieu. C'est lui qui contrôle le milieu, c'est lui qui gère l'affaire de cette équipe. Maintenant qu'il est sorti, on devrait avoir un problème là-bas.
Un grand problème.
Yeah, it's going to be one. Hopefully, Jude spoke with authoritative tone about Payet missing the World Cup. I'm not going to be too hasty to just make that definite. He might still be included. No one knows, but for the time being, he's out of this final. But they do have a free kick to take. It's launched in, but the leader is out of this game. The man with the most assists replaced, not because he's underperformed, but just because he's not fit enough. And in matches like this, against such oppositions, you've got to be fit to play 90 minutes. Haven't seen much of Diego, who needs him when they do have Antoine Griezmann. Gustavo's got to be cautious there, the captain of the Marseille side. Well, he took the armband from Dimitri Payet. The man who came on in his stead, Maxime Lopez, who has the number 27 shirt. And speaking of time, it's 35 minutes out there in Lyon. It's still Marseille 0, Atletico Madrid 1.
I feel for Marseille. or for Atletico Madrid rather. They have one less problem now. Dimitri Payet is out, so they could. They feel okay. One of the threats out.
That ball specialist.
One of the threats are out. But for Marseille, I feel they should make this more of a motivation than a loss. To see how they could play for their captain and win for their captain if possible. But unfortunately, like I said earlier, they are not having this game against RB Salzburg. It's against Atletico Madrid, who already are in the lead in this game. It's going to be very difficult for Marseille. But who says impossible is nothing? They can do this. It's not 10 against 11. It's 11 against 11. And you feel if they get the chance, maybe convert. But it's far-fetched. It's going to be very difficult. But we still keep fingers crossed and hope it's not over for Olympique Marseille.
Well, it's what the fans will be hopeful of. Marseille reached the UEFA Europa League final. This is the very first time in 4 attempts. The previous campaigns ended in the round of 16, 2009 and 10, the group stage in 2012-13, and a round of 32, 2015-16. But this is a huge opportunity for them to be champions in Lyon. But against Spanish oppositions, it's always difficult for Marseille. They've won only 4 of their 15 UEFA competition matches against Spanish opposition, and one they've got to do without their inspirational captain Dimitri Payet. We're still live on YouTube. Just search for Nigeria Info Live and get a glimpse of our magnifique studio, to say the least. Just the ambience is quite colourful.
This man is not doing it.
Well, he's been taken off. Free kick to Atleti taken. Still possession for the visiting side. Somehow the assistance flag is up for offside against Atletico Madrid. We've got to give an estimation, Namdi, the performance of Bjorn Kuipers and his assistants in this game.
Yeah, I think both officials have done a yeoman's job so far. They've allowed the game go. They've allowed the game flow. Since the warning on Diego Costa, I have not heard anything, bad about him. He has been calm, and he's led some tackles that he felt were not worthy of stopping the game for goal. It's a typical final, and the referee is not at the center stage. It's not the one everyone's looking at now. It's a game between Atletico Madrid and Marseille. The referee has taken his hand off the game, and he feels you guys should let this game go. He's been fantastic, I must say. Unless he pulls something, unless he pulls the Michael Oliver the 9 minutes of the game, then you would say, oh, okay, something is up.
What does that mean?
But so far, so good for Kuipers and his assistants.
To not know the reference, Oliver awarding a 90+ minutes penalty to Real Madrid against Juventus. That ultimately knocked out the old lady from the competition.
After a good game.
Yeah, after what many consider to have been one of Juve's best performances this season. The Champions League takes place on the 26th of May, this same month, as a special show for all football lovers called Go Fest. You don't want to miss it. It's going down at the Balmora Convention Center. As we can tell you, it's free of charge. All you've got to do is go to the website, Go Fest Nigeria, register, and you'll be fine. A yellow card, the second. One apiece now. The first went to Vazaeko, and the second has been shown to Amavi.
Jordan Amavi.
Yeah, that was quite rash. I think both players had their eyes on the ball, but he went in hard, and that was on Vazaeko as well. He went in hard, high boot. Maybe Vazaeko overreacted a bit, but I think it was a dangerous tackle. He overreacted because the tackle was dangerous. Didn't catch him so much, but the referee reacted because the tackle was dangerous, and he's giving him a yellow card rather, and it's what it is for Atletico Madrid now. They stand a chance of doubling the advantage.
It's a free kick. Koke might take this. Griezmann also standing over it. Koke, if he takes it, it's going to be an out swinger. If Griezmann takes it, it's going to be an in swinger. But it's close to the assistant flag than it is to the penalty area. It's Griezmann who takes it. Well, I beg your pardon, Koke. Nothing much. Just goes out for a goal kick. The header, not the perfect from that Atleti player, the man who you'd always rely on in situations like this. Pictures,
it's still same of the same. Atletico Madrid haven't done much. They are still playing the same way they played from the start of the game. Of course, they don't need to play well. They scored the goal, my brother.
They know how to do these things. You talked a lot about Diego Costa being absent in this one. He doesn't have to be very present. He just gets the goal. That's his job. We saw him do that against Arsenal. He was quite absent until he got that goal. And that is what he's paid to do. That is exactly what he knows how to do. And the Olympic Marseille, they have to be careful. Don't watch only Antoine Griezmann. Antoine Griezmann was quite invisible as well until Steve Mandanda and the defender connived to give him that ball. You would want to see probably the smoke around the
smoke cannot come
Mandanda's area.
No, the smoke cannot come.
Probably confuse both of them.
It's now that there's smoke. The smoke cannot come down. Nguisa decided.
Whatever was going through his mind, I'm not sure. And it's a throw to Atleti on the right. Vasa Erko will take it. The man who's on the yellow card. It's been quite an active first 45 minutes to say the least. We've seen 39 minutes played. It's Marseille nil, Atletico Madrid 1. Well, better defending now from Anguissa.
Griezmann Sabi play ball.
Such quality.
Sabi.
Such quality.
He touched the ball and took it over the Marseille player's head and still made the pass.
That's what confidence does to you. Arguably the most expensive player on the pitch, Antoine Griezmann. From both sides. Dimitri Payet could have come close, but he's on the bench still crying.
He's not even on the bench. Taking him to the dressing room.
Fair enough then. Strap him up and hope that he makes the FIFA World Cup in Russia. Just 29 days. Salam Farai has been mute. I knew something upstairs would happen. All of the ginger. It's gone, and again almost another calamitous defending from the home side in this game.
I wonder why Steve Mandanda is still, tending goal for Olympic Marseille. This is a man who went to Swansea City, kept a couple of games and they sent him out, and then he came back to Olympic Marseille.
Non, Olympique Marseille, c'est la maison.
Oui, la maison. Oui. I know that's his home.
C'est
his home. Yeah.
Et c'est que même a fait une petite surprise, c'est que ce n'est pas lui qui est capitaine, parce que c'est le plus ancien ici. C'est le numéro 1 ici. He is the most oldest player.
The oldest player in the team. Yeah.
C'est une surprise qu'il n'est pas capitaine. Et ils ont donné capitaine pour Gustavo. Gustavo est venu avant-hier. Je crois pas que
he's wondering why the armband wasn't given to.
They don't like him. Probably they don't like him coming back.
Well, he's still on the bench.
They took him out to dress him up and bring him back home.
The cameraman. Well, it's a sad night for him, but a joy to see him lift this competition. If these players on the pitch can help him out, like Cristiano Ronaldo, who couldn't play in the final of the UEFA not the Europa League,
and took over
the competition,
and took over the managerial duties.
Payet can't even stand. That's the thing. It's a painful night for him.
Imagine, and Emmanuel, talking about that Euro final, it was this same Dimitri Payet who took Ronaldo out. He was the one who took Ronaldo out.
I remember vividly.
Ronaldo could stand up because of the passion and everything.
Something about Ronaldo, he's mechanical. But great skill here from Marseille in the penalty area. The cross trying to connect with someone in the box, but just unsuccessful. And Atletico Madrid, easy to identify all the players based on how bold their jersey paintings are. And this time around, you find the ball, you find 5 Atleti players, and you find Costa on the top. Too early to be playing a delay tactics scheme.
No, it's not delay. He was fouled.
You know the funny thing. Cubas has told Costa, if anybody falls around you, you will get booked. So he decides to fall,
and he's not complaining anymore. Actually,
so he decides.
I think he's found his match in the referee. He just looks up at the referee, and he wouldn't say a single word. He looked terrified the last time. He said, "I like that kind of scene for Diego Costa." But here's Atleti. A free kick taken from the centre circle. It's chested down to the left hand side, but somehow another stray pass there from Tovin.
Earlier before the game, I predicted 2-1 against Olympic Marseille.
Still possible.
Still possible, but Atleti might just decide to close shop and finish at 1-0.
Il y aura des buts, there will be goals. Il y aura des buts.
Okay.
Deuxième mi-temps, il y aura des buts. Vous allez voir, Marseille va gagner.
Okay.
Very hopeful.
See,
that's the only thing that you cannot lose as a man. Once you lose hope, you're dead.
Lose life.
So I think Salam Fly still has wings. Those are flies, literally, and not like the ones Daenerys has with her dragons. It's an opportunity for Marseille to attack, but they cannot do it without the ball, so it's going to be Atleti. Near perfect cure, great interchange of play. And even better clearance there, like Salim mentioned, très bien. Plenty of opportunities. Atleti coming forward. It's a pass, trying to lay free. Diego Costa. That's some solid defending there from Bruno Sarr. Just obliterating that attacking instinct from Atleti. If that pass had gone through, it could have been problems for the Marseille side.
Atleti gradually taking over this game. Gradually, I say. Olympic Marseille, they are still having their ginger up front, but that ginger might just cost them behind. The Atleti players are quite fast up front, so they really need to watch their rear. We've seen one mistake cost them a goal. They don't want to concede another. If they do, I'm sorry, that is the end of the game. They might just take off Costa and Griezmann and put 2 defenders and finish the game like that.
We're still live on YouTube. Shout out to everyone who's dropped comments. We'll take them at half time. Just go on YouTube, type Nigerian for live, and you're part of the coverage. It's a decent pass to the left hand side for Marseille. Across it straight to the box 6, and somehow I was hoping for a connection, but it's Koke on the far left, chased down easily now by Lucas Ocampos. Well, Ocampos trying, unsuccessful in that attempt, and it's going to be a free kick. Well, a throw actually to Atletico Madrid on the left hand side. Pavard is down on the top. He cannot go out when Dimitri Payet is out.
It was Campo. He was overzealous. He went in. Oh, he's
the mid section.
Yeah, the mid section.
Wow.
Well, it's actually Thavan who's down, not Ocampo. Ocampo didn't get injured.
Yeah, it was Campo who was overzealous. Put his leg, and the ball hit him and went straight to the. No, it's not an injury. No, it's that message that it sends from down to up immediately. That pain.
The Atleti players want substitution, and somehow the Marseille players on the pitch do not want that to happen.
C'est le drapeau marseillais.
Yeah.
Marseille.
This little man seeing his first game sleeping. Just a baby less than 6 months.
I'm sure he would wake up when Olympic Marseille score.
Certainly the crowd chant would be vociferous. It's going to be deafening the sound, and no one can sleep with such amount of noise. It's Griezmann, goal scorer, just walking majestically. Here's the star boy of the UEFA competition, at least the UEFA Europa League this year. And not much as anticipated. The referee Bjorn Kuipers has seen enough of football in a half wrapped with so much conversation. First was that missed opportunity in the 2nd minute from Florent Thauvin, and afterwards we saw Diego Costa miss one opportunity, and certainly was all about that defender. I don't like to just name names when they drop clangers, but it's just my job to describe the action. André Zambanguiza and the goalkeeper Mandanda combining to gift Antonio Griezmann the goal, which takes the first 45 into the break. It's half-time out there at the stadium in Lyon, the Groupama Stadium, 59,000 plus capacity. It's Atletico Madrid nil. Atletico Madrid won, I beg your pardon. Olympic Marseille nil. We take a quick break. While we return, we'll head straight to YouTube, take as many comments as we possibly can, and of course throw the phone lines open to fill your polls. You can also send us messages on WhatsApp 0809 5975805. We have Femi and the gang, Emmanuel Item, Jude, Namdi Akuba, and Salem Fly. We'll be back.
name is Tunji Andrews, and I run the SME show on 99.3 Nigeria Info every Monday at 10 a.m. You see, every second Monday of the month, we have what we call the Pitch It Mondays, where if you're an entrepreneur, you have a business idea, but you need investment into your business, you're able to pitch it to investors who will be with me in the studio. You'll be able to pitch your ideas in 45 seconds or less. And if you can catch their attention, you get the critical investment you need into your business. So rehearse what you're going to say, make sure you're able to catch their attention in 45 seconds or less. You might get that investment into your business.
Hi guys, my name is Tolulope Adeleru Balogun. I currently host Morning Crossfire. I'm here to tell you that you have to get your PVC. Your permanent voter's card is your power, and in your hand you hold the power to make any necessary change that you want in Nigeria. Please participate, because elections are not the end of democracy and governance. The highest office in the land is the office of the citizen. You and I are citizens of Nigeria. Get your PVC. Your PVC, your voice.
Hi, I'm Tunji Andrews, and this is 1,000 Naira notes. To some people, this represents a meal or a few bottles of beer. To other people, this is 4 units of Dangote cement shares or 21 units of GT Bank stock, or the startup capital needed to start that pure water business. Whoever you are and whatever your needs might be, we have you covered on the Money, Business and Economy Show on 99.3 Nigeria Info, weekday mornings at 9 a.m. Cause it's not really the amount of money that matters. It's usually what you do with it. Cheers.
in Russia. Africa Russie, a program designed to take you through Africa's journey to the 2018 World Cup in Russia. We take a look at Africa's 5 participating teams while also giving insights to the history, politics and economics of African football.
Suivez-moi Salem Fly Salem et Femi on the gang sur les voyages de participation de 5 pays africains qui sont en Russie sur Nigeria Info 99.3 FM à 19h15 jusqu'à 19h30. Join us at Nigeria Info 99.3 FM by 7:15 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. for Africa in Russia.
This Femi and the gang people, they make sports look like something inside stadium. My name is Okay, but
don't get it twisted. It's Puff T on the beat.
FCKP, it's soccer time. You get one club and they call Chelsea. Anytime they play, they must bend the play blue. You get one club and then they call Man U. Anytime they score, they must bend the place red. You get one club and then they call Arsenal. Anytime they score, they must shoot their gun. Yeah. You get one club and then they call Baka. Anytime they play, they must count up 6. Yeah. You get one club, you get one club. You get one club. Football time, everybody is a really good time. Everybody just start to bet. Everybody just shout, go, go, go. Football time, everybody is a really good time. Everybody just start to bet. Everybody just shout, go, go, go. I know JJ, Alex will be African insurance, you made us proud. Nigeria, my land, the land is green. I the raise our flag for NFF. We dey play any match, fans must to show. Aim by worry wolf, you're born to shine.
Alright, you're still listening to our coverage of all things football right here. What emphasis the UEFA Europa League final going down in Lyon. This is Nigeria Info, the nation's #1 talk news and sports radio dial. Big shout out to KP, another man who's in charge of all things web. But this musician, Jude's very good friend.
No. He's one of the artists who hopes to be on stage at a Gold Fest.
Oh, okay. So this is his jam.
This is his jam. He calls it football time.
Football time.
We've had a couple of them. Early Star,
fantastic artist.
Yeah, KP. A couple more coming in.
That's right.
Before Gold Fest, but you just have to be here at Gold Fest. Yeah. You just have to be at.
You just have to. As we present the second 45, the lines are buzzing crazy. Jude has some comments to take. Which should we do? WhatsApp, YouTube, or phone lines? Just a reminder, the phone numbers for those who want to call through. I think I have the lady do it. No, Mr. Man, keep quiet. Never matter to sing.
Football time, my brother.
Yes, it is actually.
2770993 01 2771993 01 2772993 and 01 2773993. This is Nigeria Info. We are listening.
The comments, keep them coming through. You can watch us live on YouTube. It's just Nigeria Info Live. Shikina. Half time out there in Lyon. Marseille 0, Atletico Madrid 1. Goal scored by Antoine Griezmann. Let's hear from you guys. Keep your contributions short and turn down the volume of a radio set. Hello. Hi, good evening. All right, welcome, Mike. Go ahead. Hi.
Hello. Yeah. He has scored already.
He scored the only goal so far. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Also, there's been a halftime substitution. We'll talk about that. Hello? Okay.
Marseille are in trouble.
Hi, good evening. Welcome.
Good evening.
Hey.
Keep busy. Now you sing that song?
No, not video. Well, you better do the job now, Abi.
Football time.
Yes, sir. No shaking. Oh.
Okay, leave that matter first.
Yeah, that
matter.
Now old news.
Just leave that matter. Just leave her.
Fella say that na old story be that. Right. Yeah. Oh, Salim fly. The second 45 is on the way. Jude, do you want to confirm the substitution?
Yes, Juan Fan Torres has come on for the man yellow carded in the first half. He's been taken off, and I knew Atletico Madrid, I knew Olympic Marseille are in trouble. Started.
Juan Fran has no business coming forward. He's that kind of defender.
Just stay at the back. Just stay at the back, and that is the first warning sign for Olympic Marseille. They have to be more careful this time around, and then more adventurous up front, rather than being more careful. They have nothing to lose. They have to throw everything at Atletico now, that they have an extra man who doesn't have a card. But I do have comments.
Go ahead,
comments, if you permit me.
Go ahead.
Good evening, guys.
Good evening.
Atletico Madrid 2, Marseille 1. This
Possible?
is Marco coming from Graceland. Yeah. Also, Marseille will not take. Yes, this one tries to correct. Yeah, they've made the corrections already. Yeah. Marseille will not take Lyon's spot if they win the UFL. Yes, they corrected that. Thank you very much for your observation as well. This one says Atletico versus Arsenal, injury to Koscielny. Atletico versus Marseille, injury to Payet, another Frenchman. When the gods want to favor you, no man can stop it. So David Blackman from Surulere.
Otherwise, it's drizzling out there in Lyon. And Salim will tell us about the weather condition this time of the year in France. But go ahead, Jude.
Before Salim comes in, this one also says, good evening, guys. In the studio, I gave it to Atletico Madrid. They will carry the day. Adebayo from Mushi sensing that one. This one says ATM all the way. Timo from Aike, that's Ikorodu. I just don't want to see Spain lifting the Europa League and the Champions League. So if Atletico win today, it means Real Madrid will lose. Adangbert Clement from
Sevilla and Madrid win the Champions League and Europa League the same season.
We've seen them winning the same season, so it's nothing new. It's nothing new. This one says, good evening, guys.
Good evening.
This is Shego from Ogun State. I really hope Marseille can win this, but this will be a big task for them. In a situation where by 2 players score hat-trick in a football match, who will go home with the match ball?
The one with the most assists.
The one with the most assists goes home. If they have if they have everything in common,
just give them two
balls and they just take the 2 balls home. This one saying, so sad to see Payet out. I wonder how they can break the wall of Jericho of Atletico Madrid. I sincerely wish they can get a goal to make the final more exciting. All right, Salim Fly.
Salim, the weather condition this time in France?
Oui, actuellement c'est l'hiver où il fait un peu froid, mais pas véritablement froid parce que actuellement c'est presque on vient vers comment les Anglais disent sommet. On vient vers sommet maintenant. Alors c'est hiver. Il pleut un peu, comme ça vous allez voir. C'est comme ça jusqu'à la fin de mai. Jusqu'à la fin de mai, il y aura des pluies, comme ça, petit à petit. Parce qu'à partir de juin 10, ce sera le soleil. À partir de 28 degrés. Il sera 28 degrés à partir de 10 mars. 10 juin. À partir de 10 juin, ce sera 28 degrés. Mais actuellement, ça va pleuvoir un peu petit à petit. That's what you're saying. In France, by this time, it will be, it's called Eve. It will become springtime. It will be coming down a little.
All right, do the elders. Antoine Griezmann. The elders.
C'est pas vrai. Qu'est-ce qui se passe là, la Messiah? Qu'est-ce qui se passe là? Ça, c'est pas ce que tout le monde attendait. Regarde Garcia là, il n'a rien fait.
I like it when the French people are angry. It just means there will be so much to celebrate for the Spanish team. It's a second for Atletico Madrid, a second for Antoine Griezmann, a man who scored 3 in a semi-final. There's nothing more to celebrate. You don't beat a man who's down. I think that's what Atleti are doing to Marseille. The moment they lost Dimitri Payet, they became a pack without a leader.
That defender.
Well, just to describe the action, well, it was a pass that found Antoine Griezmann. The first touch was good. I just had to loop the ball over the goalkeeper. Give credit to Koke, the man with the provider. Fantastic first touch for Griezmann, right in the box 6, in front of the goalkeeper Mandanda. Well, he's scored from this sort of action so many occasions. So it was really easy for him to loop the ball behind Mandanda for the second. Such confidence. It tells you why he's the most expensive in terms of buyout clause on the pitch tonight. The home side, well, he's He's a French man just hurting a French team. I don't know the sort of emotion he has. Antoine Griezmann, his blood must be blue, Namdi.
No, does he care? I don't think he cares.
C'est un professionnel. Il fait son travail. Il fait son travail. Il fait son travail.
But it's 2-0 just for the record. 51 minutes. Marseille nil, Atletico 2.
Don't go.
And there might still be goals in this game.
You have to put Marshall in mind. Marshall said something.
Marshall said something.
There's 4 goals actually. It's possible. Because now Marseille have nothing to lose, so the Premier want to throw all of the eggs.
I know the funny thing. The start of the second half, I saw a different Atletico Madrid side, a different Atleti side.
What's on Babalo?
Look.
It's a corner.
At this point, Emmanuel, I think I have to change my position here because Silent Fly might just elbow me here.
Just to give a polite elbow, but Adorami very fortunate there not to have scored an own goal. He was trying to intercept Diego Costa, and Griezmann just walking to take the corner himself. Thought he should have left it for Koke.
He has to deliver the.
It's on the right hand side. 2 goals, and you're Atletico Madrid. That's more than enough assurance.
2 goals is like
it's like 10 They're a bloody side, Atletico Madrid. No respect to opposition when they score one. And Griezmann trying for a hat-trick, deflector for another corner on the right. Corners in succession. So much confidence from this man, Antoine Griezmann.
The thing that he's not the focal point for Atletico Madrid. They have Diego Costa. It gives him that
nothing
room
in this game.
It gives him that room and that space to do whatever he wants. Before Diego Costa, he was the point guard, and once he was the point guard, it was difficult for him to do all these things. Now he's free to shoot, to pass, to do everything. It's just a complete demon.
Left corner taken by Griezmann. It's headed and just off the side of the goalkeeper. The substitute one run. Oh, that could have been the icing on the cake if it had gone in. Special corner taken. Really hit the roof of the net. Just 1 inch. It could have been the third. Adil Rami knows it. Gustavo knows it.
Griezmann can score, he can cross.
He's a complete player, Antoine Griezmann, and he can celebrate. He's got one of the eagerly anticipating celebration for footballers, Antoine Griezmann. He's on a hat-trick. Haven't seen too many players score hat-trick in the UEFA Europa League final. Just for the records, 4 players have scored twice in the final. We call it a brace in football. Diego Forlan for Atletico, this inside in 2010. Falcao did it for Atletico in 2012. Carlos Bacca did it for Sevilla in 2015. Koke did it for Sevilla in 2016. No player has got a hat-trick in the UEFA Europa League final. If Antoine Griezmann knows this information, it would make him even more angry. And that would be doom for Marseille. But here they try to do something. It's the player who's been really effective. Got to give credit to all of his efforts. So we can confirm goal kick, and Amdi will take those comments in just a bit. Yes, I was going to mention his name, Bourna Sarr. Another substitution for Marseille. Just the start of the second half, and Payet just extends what could have been hope for Marseille. Just killed completely everyone's expectation. Alright, confirmed. Clinton
in J.
A Cameroonian early substitute in the second half is Ocampos, who's been very active. I thought he's been very active. It's been everywhere, Ocampos.
Everywhere.
Training, yes. He'd get a silver medal as things stand, except they do the unthinkable, and we've seen an African hot Barcelona. Emmanuel, his name, he's got a hat-trick in that game for Levante to destroy Barca's unbeaten streak. Clinton and Jay can do it against another Spanish team. If he gets a hat-trick in this one, I'm sure he'll probably get a statue out there in Marseille. The lines are still buzzing. We'll head to the 4 lines in just a bit. Namdi, messages on YouTube?
Yeah, messages on YouTube. So many of them.
As expected.
And for Ericon, Victor, he says the fact that Mandanda made an error in this match doesn't mean you question his ability, because he possibly played for Swansea. He won the League 1 Keeper of the Season. A good one for him. He's considered 2 already. For WBCA Bell says, Chai, Atleti don't score. Ball don't finish. Now, Marseille, better luck next 10 years. So he says with that one, because he comes back to say, Atleti, if he play another 90 minutes without conceding, and even if they concede, they will definitely get another goal to take home this trophy. Congrats to you, Costa. You've got a better season than Conte. And for Honorable Nelly Mike, says, are they feeling alive? Thank you for that. And he says, Conte chased Costa out to be successful again today, Noni. He says that. And for Agosu Michael, says, good work. First day I will see you guys live. Thank you very much. To catch us live, it's on YouTube. That's Nigeria right. Info Live. Just search and you see that red live thing blinking at the other side, and you know we are live. Click on and see all 4 of us: Emmanuel Letim, Judo Tibu, Salem Fly Salem, and yours truly.
Kugwa Namdi. By the way, the Pinky 989 is typing something.
Has been typing since 10 years.
Alright, I hope it's what we can read on the air. If not, we shall scroll past, like the Marseille players have been suffering in the hands of Atletico Madrid's defense. You got to give Antoine Griezmann all the credit and accolades. He's had a hand in more goals than any other Atletico Madrid player in European competitions this season. 8 goals and 4 assists, more than double that of any teammate. It's quite significant. Well, it's a final Atletico Madrid will win as it stands without their manager El Cholo, Diego Simeone. But of course, it's going to go down in history that he won the Europa League in 2018 as coach of Atletico Madrid. Just so you know, 55 minutes played. I mentioned we'll be headed to the phone lines in just a bit. We're expecting pretty much a decent final. It could have been just that if that gentleman, Florent, had scored the first 2 minutes of this encounter. What a pass that was from Payet, but just couldn't find the back of the net. Then came Atletico Madrid, Griezmann with the opener in the first half and Adam the second. They're not done yet, Atleti. They're trying to really hurt this Marseille side, and they can't continue with all of the effort. Applies down the referee, Bjorn Kuipers waves play on. A description of how the teams are playing in the second half. Marseille from left to right, and Atletico Madrid from right to left. Koke's down on the turf, it seems.
Yeah, he is, and it was a very tough and rough one from Tavan. He threw his legs in, showed his boot, and contact minimal, but he caught him nevertheless, and the referee probably didn't see that.
Was minimal.
Yeah, it's
look at
Lucas Hernandez.
Yeah, it's
been a bit dramatic, and it's a free kick.
Yeah, it's a free kick, definitely, but I don't think any card was shown. And Atletico Madrid is not in a dangerous position really. It's just something you could cross.
You don't trust this team actually.
But Atletico Madrid, man, I think it's over for Marseille. I think
it's been over since the first goal.
2-0 just took away the steam.
I think it was 2-0 when Dimitri Payet got injured. Now it's 3-0.
It's been all Atleti playing from right to left. Salem Fly will get his opinion in just a bit, but here to come Atletico Madrid, still on the right inside. An opportunity for a pass that easily might just look hit and Antoine. It's all the way back to the substitute, Juan Fran. Rossi to the left inside to find support in Lucas Hernandez. He's trying to run through. He's in the penalty area. Lucas Hernandez turns to the left inside. He can strike. He does strike. Takes a wicked deflection. Fighting to regain possession and successfully does regain possession. Lucas Hernandez gets a corner of that incident.
He do that.
And almost Koke planted a kiss on his forehead. That was sensational play. The fans are in ecstasy.
And that's
dedication. That's Diego Simeone on the pitch.
You know, blood, sweat, tears, grass, every single thing.
Koke will take the corner. He's right-footed, so it's going to be an in-swinger. It's a corner on the left inside. Griezmann walking forward. He wants to take a short one. Gives it to Griezmann. Back to Koke. Back to Griezmann on the left inside. Back to Koke now. With a back heel. Well, he finds Griezmann. Has been flagged for offside.
That was an error from Antoine Griezmann. The first pass from Koke.
Just too happy.
He just feels, well, I've done this. I can leave on a high. I won the Europa League. I'll go to Barcelona and enjoy my football. And this time with less stress. Just win trophies, and that's all I want to do. Good one for Atletico Madrid. Now they enjoy their play. This is a different Atletico Madrid side from the one we saw in the first half. More confidence. They've come out, high pressing, got an early goal in the second half, made it 2-0, and it's been them all through. And I think for Marseille, I expected them to go for that halftime break, come back with extra motivation and how they could break this Atletico Madrid defense and get a goal. But instead, Atletico Madrid went for that halftime break, came back with extra motivation to kill the game off, and that's where it is right now, 2-0 to Atletico Madrid.
And Atleti with the possession. The side who, by the way, played in the second the UEFA final in Lyon. Mentioned in the first 45 that they lost 3-0 to Dynamo Kiev in the 1986 European Cup Winners' Cup at the Stade de Goland. The cameras will get exhausted panning on Antoine Griezmann. I beg your pardon, Dimitri Payet.
You want to imagine what he would have done if he was on the pitch. Even at 2-0,
yeah,
you still get scared that Dimitri Payet is there and he could do something, and that's something. And like I said, it felt like 2-0 when he got subbed due to that injury. Regardless, I think he's their standout player all through the knockout stages. He's had a hand in 9 goals for Marseille. 9, 3 goals and 6 assists. That's something.
That's huge.
I mean, when you take 3 goals and 6 assists out of your team, then your team is empty.
It's empty.
You know, and that's what it is for Dimitri Payet. Fantastic player. He's out now, and now we can see the impact of him being out. It's like 10 against 11. Marseille have to find an extra motivation, but at 2-0 playing against Atletico Madrid, it seems like that motivation would come a little bit too late for the team.
There's a funny message I'm seeing from Ayame Bouquet says it's a win-win situation for Salem Fly. A Frenchman scored. Cheer up, Salem Fly.
And he says,
cheer up, Salem Fly.
C'est vrai. Griezmann, c'est un Français et aussi il a marqué contre une équipe française. C'est difficile.
By the way, Gamero, Griezmann, Lucas Hernandez, Rami Payet, Florent Thauvin and Steve Madanda, all French international.
He's from Macon.
Yeah. That's actually what he was given birth to, just 61 kilometers from Lyon. But like I mentioned, he's never played professional football in France. So very active. Could become the very first player to score a hat-trick in the UEFA Europa League final. They've won this championship twice. Tried to match what Sevilla did 3 times.
I think the Atletico Madrid fans are as aggressive as the players. You know, see them shout. Like, yeah.
Begins from the hierarchy, from the management.
You come from the top.
It's very funny. If they really want to punish Olympic Marseille now, they'll take off Diego Costa and bring on Kevin Gamero. And that would be very dangerous. Fernando Torres, it might be very dangerous for them.
That'll be really.
Even Marseille can't find a way out of their own half. That's the problem now, because Atletico Madrid have turned up.
Fernando is on the bench. Felipe Luis is on the bench. Kevin Gamero, like Jude mentioned, also on the bench. Well, Stefan Savic, the man who used to be on the bench, Juan Fran, is back on the pitch. He replaced the yellow carded Simi Vasayeko. That was a huge decision made by the coach. Just so you know, before we head to the 4 lines, it's 57 minutes. The UEFA Europa League final. Marseille 0, Atletico Madrid 2. Both goals courtesy Antoine Griezmann. The first late in the first half, the second early in the second. And that's even a better pass. Well, just too far. Easy catch for Mandanda. Continue to view us on YouTube. Well, stay say watch. Appreciate every single one, and we'll take as many messages. The Pinky 989 is still typing.
I told you he or she is still typing.
Oh, she. Appreciate everyone. It's Nigerian for Life on YouTube. Just go get a glimpse of Salem Fly on the far left. Jude just seated right by Namdi on the far right, and
Salem Fly is the one not smiling.
I'm the
He's the one not smiling.
Man, so.
Yeah, just in case you don't know. But there are some stats here from Opta.
Go ahead, please.
It says Atletico Madrid have won each of their the last 15 Europa League games in which they have led at halftime, and also comes back to say, to buttress the Antoine Griezmann factor. Says 45%. That is the much Antoine Griezmann has been directly involved in of the 93 goals. That's 29 goals and 13 assists that Atletico Madrid have scored in all competitions this season. That goes to show you that this man is. That is why Barcelona are hunting him down He just has to deliver this trophy for them, because this might just be the last kick of. No, not the last kick. They say have one league game to go.
Yeah, they do actually.
Just after the league game, just deliver this one, a trophy to them. Then he may just buy out of the team.
Well, a corner taken. Surprisingly, it's actually short. Expected a long one. It's eventually sent, and the volley could come from Clinton GA, and just couldn't go past the defender. Eventually find support.
Typical Atletico Madrid. They throw everything in. Their whole bodies, their hands, their heads, everywhere to stop the ball from. They don't care if they have a goalkeeper at the back. Stop whoever is in front. Stop the ball. If the first person misses, the next must not. And that's what they do. They put their bodies on the line for their team. And like I said, it's going to be very, very difficult. I don't see Marseille getting a goal in this one. Very, very difficult for Atletico Madrid. For Marseille.
Marseille are trying to come forward at 68 minutes played. A pass is sent straight in to the penalty area, and somehow the follow-up very weak and frustrating.
In as much as the Atletico Madrid defense are not letting Marseille get anything going forward, Marseille are also not helping themselves. They get into the box, at least try to work the goalkeeper. I'm yet to see Jan Oblak dive to get. They haven't done that.
He doesn't have to dive. The defenders are doing the diving.
Yeah, but even when they get those little chances in the box, like this one, falling to Tauvin, he strikes and he goes up. How do you want to score, really?
Well, I honestly think RB Salzburg would have been a more difficult opposition I mean, with all due respect.
I don't think so.
No, with all due respect to Marseille. Marseille are a very technical team. That is the reason why Atletico are playing them like this. If they had played an RB Salzburg team who doesn't have anything to lose, it will be a more difficult game for Atletico Madrid. But all credit to them. They've worked so hard to get to this position, and I still maintain my 2-1, but I'm still looking for how the one is going to come for Olympique de Marseille.
It's going to be some great, correct score prediction if Marseille find a goal and somehow Atleti decide not to carry on with the pressure. We're still live on YouTube, Nigeria Info Live.
Salem Fly is looking to see whether there's a goal.
Let me ask you a question, by the way. Salem, it's almost 70 minutes.
Ouais, tu sais, depuis que le deuxième but a rentré, et moi je sais que ça sera difficile, mais c'est que je crois que Marseille, le match n'est pas encore perdu. On est toujours dans le match, on verra comment ça se passer. Parce que c'était juste 2-0. 2-0, ce n'est rien dans le football.
It is football indeed. No French club has ever won the UEFA Cup or UEFA Europa.
Hey, that's a yellow card.
Well, the referee plays the advantage. He's going to call back play. It's Antoine Griezmann who's down. Luis Gustavo.
That was bad. That was bad from Gustavo.
Oh, it looked more intentional than...
Oh, no, that was bad from Gustavo.
Malicious tackle. He actually wasn't going for the ball. He just wanted to take Griezmann out of this game and the FIFA World Cup.
I think Didier Deschamps should call El Cholo and tell him, please take my guy out, because he's already having too many injured players. Koscielny injured. Dimitri Payet said, don't lose Griezmann, take him out. He's too little already.
Okay. Did he say Koscielny?
He was going to be part of the team certainly to the World Cup in France.
Well, really.
Sort of. For our listeners who do not know.
It's like saying Mustafi, you miss him at the World Cup.
A reminder of England. 2 World Wars and just 1 World Cup as they chance. They finally made official their list early today. But before then, Koke and Griezmann will take this free kick, left or right. Had to determine, or whichever the outcome, almost always yields positive. The referee just asking Clinton GA to move back. He wants the stipulated yards. They say 10 yards off the ball. They're 2 very average players in terms of height. But Koke now, well, it's actually going to be Antoine Griezmann who will take this free kick. It's not entirely bad, and somehow the header was near perfect from Saul. Looked like he was put off guard by Gustavo. Should be a corner. Certainly did look like the contact came off Gustavo. There's no way it could have been Saul's header. It was actually the arm, but if the referee had given that as a penalty, I don't think that would have been fair. It's a corner taken. This time it's sent. The goalkeeper would make it, pretty much difficult for himself. Steve Mandanda, and get clipped in his own net. A spider caught in his web. That's what's just happened to Steve Mandanda. And that was some good goalkeeping. Koke wasn't going to cross the ball, he was actually going at goal. And Mandanda had that covered. Scott Height that you've got to mention. And like someone said on YouTube, at a point he was the best goalkeeper in the Ligue 1.
Yep.
So there's so much experience inherent in the goalkeeper, Steve.
Il est le numéro 2 de la France. Il est gardien numéro 2 de la France.
Just behind the Tottenham goalkeeper,
Voilà.
Hugo Lloris. The corner taken by the goal scorer Antoine Griezmann, who I think he just wants to enjoy 90 minutes. Yet to mention Costa in this game, but it's Griezmann running through. He can't get the hat-trick. He sorely deserves in this one, but the cross is near perfect, and the volley might come true, but eventually it's cleared out to safety. Not yet though, still hovering around the edge of the area. And eventually it's Atleti with the possession, and don't go all the way back. And eventually a straight pass. It's going to be a goal kick for
offside
Marseille.
And he's laughing.
That's actually a goal kick because he didn't get contact.
Yeah,
that's why he
made the move, so the linesman raised his flag.
Oh, fair enough then. But on replay again, such skill from Griezmann. Something 2 goals in the final does to you.
He does that, he's laughing. That guy is wicked. It's a wicked somebody.
Like Salem mentioned, he's a professional.
Yeah. Wicked professional.
He's got to do what he has to do. Even those Marseille fans understand that he's currently being paid to do this from Spain. And here they come again, Atleti on the right. Seeking for that cross. It might come, it might not. Well, it's the latter, it's a corner. For a side who had 2 goals up, you begin to wonder why they need all of these corners and not Marseille. Just to see where the pressure is. They are playing from right to left. Atletico, Marseille are attacking from left to right. Or should I say Marseille are camped in their left to right. Haven't really done much attacking, so it's of no use saying they're attacking from left to right. But just the position of the teams for the benefit of those who aren't watching this fixture. It's terrible pass there. It's going to be kept in play easily by Diego Costa. On the left hand side, still Costa. Sends a diagonal pass to the right. A perfect one. Juan Fran. Griezmann.
Everywhere.
Juan Fran. Oh, it's straight, but they regain possession again. Koke. Salim flying, Cousin in the language he understands, which is French. It's been a frustrating night if you're a Marseille fan. They've lost possession, they haven't created opportunities. They've been completely outplayed by Marseille, but somehow it could break free from GA.
They can't.
It's not going to happen. I'm just trying to be excited.
So how do they, the question is, how does Atletico Madrid, how are they pressing on the half, as in the halfway line, stopping Marseille from getting out of their own half, and they still have 3 players at the back defending?
They're playing a high line, imagine, and they're leading.
Quite terrifying to say the least. Such magic from Diego Simeone, the Atletico Madrid manager who's been coach of the team since December 2011. He's added 5 trophies to the club's collection. The UEFA Europa League is won 2011-2012. Germain taken off, and it's Mitroglou to go one of the goals in the semi-final fixture.
I think this substitution has been long overdue because they've been taking those long balls forward, and Valère Germain is not the tallest of players, and he has been bullied by Diego Godin all the time, getting the ball off his head. And you have a very, very big figure like Kostas Mitroglou, and he sits on the bench, and you bring him in now. I don't know, but
managers and their pets, as they say,
they know what they do, which I don't understand.
78 minutes played. It's Marseille 0, Griezmann 2. Marseille with the possession. Well, Atleti in this instance, great turn there, and it's rolled infield. Well, Griezmann just couldn't find his way, wriggling his way through, and it's Gabi, the captain on the side, is gone down off a challenge from Gustavo, who's going to be cautious. In all fairness, I thought that was
yellow card.
Well, a yellow to Gustavo. Finally, it's going to come through, and it's still complaining to the assistant referee. Bjorn Kuipers would have none of that. He's the captain, has got to be cautious.
Manuel, I don't think that was a yellow card offense.
Well, in all fairness, I didn't think Gabi exaggerated also. So, well, it depends on the replay, which we have the benefit of. Gabi, scored past Gustavo, obviously yellow card. There's no way he was going to stop it. Left is right arm. One thing.
It is a yellow card.
Brilliant call from the assistant referee.
And this is the second time he's doing stuff like this. We saw the first one where he had no intentions of getting the ball, caught Antoine Griezmann's leg, hit him,
and he didn't get a yellow in
the
that
referee
one.
Didn't see that. The referee didn't see that. He just saw Griezmann on the turf and felt, oh, it's a yellow card, it's a free kick. But this time he saw this one. He left his elbow, right there, and that's not good for a captain and leader. You need to have your head as calm as possible. You win, you lose. This is the part you're losing.
Takes that free kick. They are not losing Atletico Madrid.
No, I mean Marseille.
Yeah, I know Marseille. They are without their captain, who was substituted in the first half, Dimitri Payet, the player who recorded 7 assists, couldn't give one when it mattered the most. No one would blame him. He didn't certify himself fit. The medics did. Unfortunately, they weren't entirely accurate, or probably the strength of the opposition brought back the sickness.
It reminds me of the first Champions League final between Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid. Atletico Madrid, got in there with Diego Costa, who was injured. They certified him fit for the final, and Diego Costa in 5 minutes got injured and was taken off. The Atletico Madrid got a goal, and we thought Atletico Madrid had won the Champions League until Sergio Ramos started that. But to think that your star man goes off like Diego Costa did in that Champions League final, that's what has affected Marseille, and their star man goes off and they're in limbo.
Still live on YouTube, Nigeria Info. Just want to get a glimpse of how we do this here. You could, as Atleti might get a third here, an opportunity lurking for Griezmann for a third, but it's Koke who might swing one cross in. As he tries, well, it's snuffed out by the Marseille defense. Sansin has been really good. Sa also has done well, but this is Clinton and GA.
He's going to get sent off.
Oh, he's not going to get sent off.
What is Clinton and GA doing?
I think football just happened. The referee is going
to what was he thinking about?
Have a word where they were trying to obstruct him, and he wants the game to carry on. He's going to get a yellow card for that. Well, both players actually, yes, because I thought Clinton and GA.
He looks like Kabuchi.
He was iked. Not many people listening know Kabuchi, but
he looks like Kabuchi with white hair.
He's a colleague on our sister station, Azobia Max, and he does the Keke braid. Yeah. So, but
this is Kabuchi.
He's actually Clinton and Jay.
So
it's Lucas Hernandez on the yellow, Clinton and Jay on the yellow. Both players cautioned by the referee Bjorn Kupers. Approaching the embers of this game. The ball straight to the goalkeeper. Mandanda chased down by the goal scorer Antoine Griezmann. And this time it's eventually cleared to safety by Andre Zambo Anguissa. Onto the part of the number 2 man, Diego Godin. Great turn and experience to easily dispossess Florent Thauvin. It's just so much in this Atleti side. Just begin to think on the continent, if it's not Madrid, Bayern or Barcelona, no one can hurt this Atleti side, simply because it's got an incredible record in 14 European encounters this season. 7 wins, 5 draws, 2 defeats. And the last time they lost away happened in Lisbon. A reminder, they crossed over to the UEFA Europa League after they finished third in the UEFA Champions League group behind Roma and Chelsea. Strangely, these two sides will go the season without a trophy. And Atleti, who finished third, will win the Europa League. It's a straight pass. And this time it could hurt them again. It's Antoine Griezmann on the left-hand side. He's getting close to the edge of the area. Tries to send one in. But his pass is obstructed there by the Marseille player Dirami. And Clinton and GA, who's on a yellow card, doesn't know how to tackle. It's frustratingly hacked down. Number 19 man, Lucas Hernandez. I don't think they really like themselves, Lucas and Clinton and GA.
He's been ineffective since coming on, Clinton and GA.
Yeah, he's been effectively getting yellow cards and tackling people.
I don't know whether Salem Fly would I don't know if he was a manager.
Non, c'est la faute du manager. C'est lui qui ne sait même pas faire. Il n'est pas techniquement son. Il n'est pas techniquement en haut. Regarde ce que Diego Simoni a fait. Malgré que en haut là-bas, il a arrivé à contrôler le jeu. Mais toi, tu es là-bas, Rudy Gazia, tu n'as rien fait là. Ça, ce n'est pas intéressant là. Ça m'énerve, moi.
Jude, you've just made Salem Fly open the book of Lamentations.
Yeah, and he said something. He said là-bas.
I said là-bas.
I know là-bas. He said Buchi is là-bas.
They said
and I used to tell Buchi that là-bas is French, yeah?
Why?
Là-bas is French.
What does là-bas mean?
Là-bas means over there.
Over there?
Yeah.
What does tuetue mean? Because I heard that also.
Laba over there. What is over here?
Ici
at Laba, yeah.
But you've not answered Twe.
I don't know the language.
I heard it.
C'est pas vrai. Regarde, un homme dit, c'est véritable, regarde ce qui se passe là. Il joue comme, je sais même pas ce que je vais dire là, parce que ça, c'est pas intéressant.
My brother, I don't die. I'm tired because I don't understand what Marseille came here to play.
Yes, c'est pas intéressant. No!
My 2-1.
Well, it's a missed opportunity, a huge one there for Mitroglou. Just hits the
My 2-1.
The upright. Ricochets off the crossbar. Just unfortunate for him. Imagine what that goal could have done to
My 2-1 just gone with the wind.
To the Marseille players. Mitroglou with a header. The goalkeeper was well bits there. Talking about Yano Black. And it was his best friend, as we call him. The goalpost had just prevented what could have been one. But now Atleti know that this Marseille side can bite. But replay again. It was all from the right hand side. The cross was near perfect. Mitroglou with a header. Oops. From a difficult angle there. How it twisted his body while on the air, just made it quite difficult for Yano Black. But the goalpost wasn't going to let this one go past him, and Luis Gustavo had his hands up, was hoping to celebrate that one, and what an ending it could have been. It's 81 minutes, free kick to Atletico Madrid taken quickly. They still lead by 2 goals, and Diego Costa trying to go for a volley. It's just been a pedestrian in this game. He's just been there for his presence, nothing more.
I think they'll make that substitutions in a couple of minutes.
90 plus minutes.
Atletico Madrid bring on Torres or Griezmann.
And the Marseille fans are still.
Those are the Atleti fans, actually.
Those are the Marseille fans.
Those are the Marseille fans.
Someone he wore a t-shirt that had.
Yeah, they're the Marseille. They're the Marseille colours. They're the Marseille fans.
They're the Marseille fans.
Yeah, they're still happy. At least they've got a silver medal, which is really huge. Playing in the final for the first time in years, it's massive.
Yeah, but
and they've lost against a team on paper who are favourites coming into this final.
Yeah, it was always going to be a hard ask for Marseille to do this, beat Atletico Madrid, that is. But the favourites have done what the favourites should do, and that's beat them without hitting second gear. They've just been there. First one was quite fortunate for Atletico Madrid when that error happened. And since then, second half we saw a different Atletico Madrid, but here they come Marseille this time. Hopefully they get a goal if Atletico Madrid led them. Unfortunately, they didn't.
That was quite unfortunate.
Nandi, you have your response on YouTube. You asked a question to Salem Fly, who I think someone has responded to your question on YouTube. So yeah, so you find out what it means.
I need to know what it means, and it's very important. I do know. Is that it? Okay. And
thank you so much. Femi Banjo, I think you're a rascal. There's no way that's the translation in French.
There's no way. There is no way.
We have a Frenchman here, and he disapproves of your.
Salem, that's not true.
Unbelievable stuff, man.
Salem is refusing to concur.
Are you sure Salem doesn't know this thing?
Well, if it's actually what it means, I apologize because
Salem is refusing to concur. To disagree.
Salem is not what it means. Let us know, please.
That's what it means.
Oh no, is that where is it? Let me see what it is.
Is that what it means? Salem, is that what it means? Please let me know.
I think that's what it means, actually.
Let have in trouble.
Incredible stuff.
Yeah.
We appreciate everyone watching on YouTube. We know how difficult it is to get data and stream live, but it just shows dedication and passion. The Champions League final will be bigger. Again, I appreciate you, Femi Banjo. Twet doesn't mean that. Even if I don't have a degree in French, but I know it doesn't mean that, actually. And he earlier had said Marseille never stood a chance. Madrid do have the privilege and experience needed in this sort of fixture. Honourable Nelly Mike says, I want to at the Filuna. Babe, he says, alright. And Jude, by the way, is working and YouTubing. saying La Liga, Buzzing League, and the UEFA Europa League final. But that's how it is.
But what is this spanner doing here, dude? Every time you do spanner, it's always a spanner.
He's a mechanic.
Yeah, I'm a mechanic.
Why am I not surprised?
Yeah, he is actually. It's less than 7 minutes for the French team. Salem, can they fly?
Ouais, mais je suis véritablement déçu, mais je ne peux rien faire parce que Athletic, ils ont fait ce qu'il fallait faire et Marseille n'arrive pas à faire ce qu'il fallait faire. Ils sont venus en France pour perdre. Regarde ce qui se passe actuellement. Mandanda, qui est le grand monsieur, c'est lui qui a tout perdu. Regarde, il s'amuse là, il ne joue pas là. Regarde.
Well, it's incredible because they've given away possession. Costa, well, he had the moments to lay the ball free. And Antoine Griezmann is complaining actually. He expected a pass. Costa ignored him for that moment. And decided to go all alone.
They know the game is over. That's why he didn't pass that ball.
Yeah, but Costa is a striker. You expect him to be selfish.
Griezmann wants a hat-trick. No one has ever scored a hat-trick.
Yeah, but
you expect Costa to be considerate in that instance.
I expected that too, but I mean, on the other hand, Costa is a striker.
Clayton and GA hoping for the ball to come through, but this time it's even better. Mitroglou's hack. The volley is in, and GA! What?
It might.
What's Kabuchi doing? Sorry.
Qu'est-ce qui se passe là? Regarde.
That's the perfect way to describe what just happened, and GA couldn't understand what to do. Use the left or use the right. He miscued what could have been.
What was that?
Fight back. He was going to go with the outside of the boots. He hasn't even scored with the instep, but he's going with the outside of the boots.
He's watching too much of Luka Modric. He tried to do the Modric and it backfired. That was wasteful. That was wasteful.
Ça c'est pénalité à eux.
You know, this is what
Salem said.
Penalty to Troy.
Penalty to Troy. You listen to Doctor.
Well, a substitution like
c'est pas vrai. C'est pas vrai. Ça
the Spanish flag, the Atletico Madrid banner, everyone.
À ce moment-là, c'est la pression.
Well, Mitroglou asking for someone to, be quite hasty.
Thomas Partey.
Korea.
Thomas
had an exceptional appearance against the Arsenal team, valued about 15 million euros. A Ghanaian, he's going to be introduced, and he's such a player. He's arguably my best player over two legs against the Arsenal.
He should come to Liverpool.
Simeone, think he knows this is in the bag. 87 minutes.
He's locking up. He's locking up already.
C'est fini.
What are the odds, Namdi, for a fight back from Marseille?
Like 100 points.
It should be 100, but if you ask me, it's the chances for Marseille slim and none. I think those are the chances for Marseille. It's not possible, even if we add another 90 minutes in this game and Atletico Madrid are leading 2-0. I don't think Marseille will do that, and Atleti might just make it 3-0. Diego Costa is on the prowl.
Well, he's right from the penalty area, rolls it down, and they're all trying to find this man. He can get his hat-trick! It is Gabi who gets the third. Many would have expected that to have been Antoine Griezmann, but it's Gabi who scores Atletico's third, the final nail on the coffin.
One more goal. Oh, it's over.
Oh, it's Marseille 0, Atletico 3. Oh, I would have loved it for it to be Antoine Griezmann. But regardless, it's all frustration on the faces of the Marseille players. Mandanda cannot get his butt off the grass. There's so much smile. They know this is their trophy. They will equal Seville's record of winning the championship 3 times.
And that's what the Marseille fans have left in them. Selfies. Just take those selfies.
Le match n'est pas encore fini, mais peut pas se lever.
Yes. It's what it is really for Marseille. And who blames Marseille really? They had to go all out to see how they could fight back, leaving their behind open. And we saw that pass to Diego Costa running from the left-hand side.
Camas chasing the ball infield, but Costa decided to lay.
And watch, that was visionary.
He was actually.
And the strike, one time Gabi, he wouldn't miss from that position.
Players like that. Calvin missed from that position.
No, not Gabi. Players like that,
the captain of the side,
they hardly score. But when they get into positions like that, they feel the obligation to get those goals, and Gabi converted.
And the third substitution, Antoine Griezmann for Fernando Torres.
He's out.
Well, a lucky thing for not just Spanish and French that Fernando Torres has won this competition before. He did that with Chelsea. And the embrace, Felipe Luis, who also is a former winner of this competition. Fernando's final campaign. A reminder, this Atletico side on the 22nd of this month will be at the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium to play against Nigeria. If you have an opportunity to make that trip, do tick that box. Awaits the additional minutes added by the assistant referee, the fourth official, as they say. It's been quite a fixture for the referee. He's done nothing wrong. Not often you find a major final like this with less controversies concerning officiating. But Bjorn Kuipers has had a masterclass.
He's had I think he would have no reason to, be the center of attraction, because Atletico Madrid and Marseille have made it easy for him with the scoreline. I don't think he can go wrong anytime from now. It's been fantastic officiating, fantastic football as well from both teams. I think Marseille.
Just look at the marking.
Marseille were just unlucky in the first half, and maybe silly at some point.
Just a goal, and his desires would come true.
Just one goal.
Luis Gustavo is doing so well to get himself sent off in this game.
Just 30 seconds left in this encounter for the Spanish team to be crowned champions for the third time.
Plus added time.
Well, they're into additional time as we speak. 2 minutes added in this one. So actually in stoppage time. The home side in this fixture. Marseille have done the job. They've tried as much as they could to give us, quite a fixture. Unfortunately for them, lost their inspirational leader early in the first half, and Diego Costa, typical Costa, just cleared the ball out. They've got a final push. Marseille, something for the fans at least.
What are they pushing for?
Just score one goal.
Which wouldn't happen. So celebrations for Atletico Madrid, and like Salim Fly mentioned in his exact words, Stephanie, in English, it's all over. It's a result, not a scoreline. Antoine Griezmann's brace and Gavi's third has ensured Atletico Madrid equals Sevilla's feat in winning the UEFA Europa League 3 times. Special night for that Spanish side. Knocked out Arsenal. They were third in the group stage, and the Champions League had to relegate himself into this competition on a tournament where they eventually met up with Marseille, who lost. Well, I can't mention the proper player, Dimitri Payet. It's heartbreak again for the French side. They've never ever won this competition. It's not going to happen under the watch of Diego Simeone, a man who's done remarkably well, and according to all I do have, it's a special night for him. Well, a man outside Spain, European football, the first South American actually to ensure that this would be heading back with him to Spain, Diego Simeone. Well, it's wrapped up. 21st minute Griezmann, 49 minutes Griezmann, and Gabi with the icing in the 89 minutes. The medal presentations will follow in Namdi, but of course we do have to wrap things up.
Of course we do have to, and I think I like the reaction from the Marseille supporters, still waving the flag, still supporting, still screaming, still yelling at, not yelling at Badri, still screaming for their players. And for the Marseille players, I think they were the underdogs coming into this one. The top dogs themselves, Atletico Madrid, proved that they were the big boys in this game, and they got the victory. Maybe the disappointment would be the fact that they lost by 3-0 at Olympique Marseille, but to think that they lost to Atletico Madrid, not so bad, but 3-0, very, very disappointing. But it's a fantastic performance. Atletico Madrid not so good in the first half, but they got 1 goal. In the second half, they turned up and they scored 2 in it, so it's a good one. Congratulations to Atletico Madrid. They've done one for Spain. On to the next one, which is going to be the UEFA Champions League final.
Just before the comments on YouTube and of course WhatsApp, Salim Fly, this is not a happy night for you, who actually was rooting for Lyon to be champions. I beg your pardon, Marseille to be champions.
Oui, Manuel, c'est vraiment pas une nuit très intéressante pour moi, mais je peux rien faire parce que Athletic a fait ce qu'il fallait faire, et comme un tuteur avait dit, c'est vraiment bon pour moi parce que Griezmann est dans une bonne forme avant d'aller en Coupe du Monde. Ça aussi, c'est un plaisir parce que c'est un Français et il a marqué 2 buts. Ça va pas mal. Mais c'est que dommage parce que toute la France était battue chez eux. Et ça, c'est vraiment dommage. Parce que Mandanda, qui est un gardien international, a fait une faute comme ça. Ça ne s'accepte pas. Dans les grands matchs, ça ne s'accepte pas.
All right, indeed, it was a great fixture. But again, the champions wouldn't come from France. They are proudly Spanish. And the cameras wouldn't stop panning on El Cholo. I finally figured where my information lay. He's the only non-European coach, indeed the only one from outside of Spain and Portugal to have won the UEFA Europa League. It's a special night for him and all of those Atletico fans. Jude, quickly, as we wrap things up, let's take messages on WhatsApp.
Yeah, before the messages, I think I won Nnamdi and the Salem. Not in terms of scoreline. I picked Atletico. Both of them picked Olympique.
And I hope Uchi is safe, by the way. I placed some heavy stakes on I saw the odds for Marseille to win. But Griezmann didn't get the memo.
Yeah, that's the reason why he's not So anyway, for the WhatsApp messages, says last year EPL team won the Europa League and Spanish team won the Champions League. This year Spanish team won the Europa League. It is evident that Liverpool from EPL will win the Champions League.
The way people
are calculating. Okay, this one says, my name is Hillary. I'm really disappointed. I expected Marseille to win this match. It's really disappointing. Good evening. Let me see whether this one is for us.
Take it.
Okay. Yeah. Good evening, friends. I hope you had a truly beautiful day.
No, that's not our message. That's not our message.
It's our message, but it's too long. Okay, hello guys. Good evening. Congratulations to Atletico for winning the UEFA Europa League. Moyoshola from Songo Ota. This one says, this one is talking immigration. It's not for us. Please, if the score stay like this, will you qualify for the Champions League? Yeah, they will play the qualifying for UEFA Europa League. The messages are coming fast and thick as well. Evans from Satellite Town, this is just what happens to this is just what will happen to Liverpool. Then go play Madrid, will be scoring. So many pundits.
Let's squeeze in. We do have to take a break and return to wrap things up. Broadcast will end at 10 p.m. But this is for our very good friends who decided to stay with us live on YouTube. We sincerely appreciate everyone. Nnamdi has their messages ready to be read. Let's take them.
Okay, just a few before we go on that break.
Yes.
Let's have that control. Yes, Marseille never stood a chance. Madrid have the pedigree and the experience needed for this sort of game. This is from Femi Banjo. I'm not reading the next one, Femi. Thank you very much. I got your message. And for Babatunde Oladipupo, it says Liverpool, sorry to you guys in advance. It says Hala Madrid.
All right, appreciate you. We'll go on that quick break. While return, we'll be taking calls, reading more WhatsApp messages, taking tweets at My Joy Info FM, and obviously celebrating Atletico.
It's getting close. Now it's just who wants it most. It's just life, that's how it is. Cause we have our strengths and weaknesses. Oh, I have vision, can't you see? I'm on the move, make way for me. Stand up.
This Femi and the gang people, they make sports look like say you dey inside stadium. My name is OK Bakassi. Keep listening to Femi and the gang for the best in sports on Nigerian Info.
Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up. Stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. 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 Stand up.
This Femi and the gang people, they make sports look like say you dey inside stadium. My name is OK Bakassi. Keep listening to Femi and the gang for the best in sports on Nigerian Info.
is Tunji Andrews, and I run the SME show on 99.3 Nigeria Info every Monday at 10 a.m. You see, every second Monday of the month, we have what we call the Pitch It Mondays, where if you're an entrepreneur, you have a business idea, but you need investment into your business, you're able to pitch it to investors who will be with me in the studio. You'll be able to pitch your ideas in 45 seconds or less. And if you can catch their attention, you'll get the critical investment you need into your business. So rehearse what you're going to say, make sure you're able to catch their attention in 45 seconds or less. You might get that investment into your business.
Hi guys, my name is Tolulokwe Adeleru Balogun. I currently host Morning Crossfire. I'm here to tell you that you have to get your PVC. Your permanent voter's card is your power, and in your hand you hold the power to make any necessary change that you want in Nigeria. Please participate, because elections are not the end of democracy and governance. The highest office in the land is the office of the citizen. You and I are citizens of Nigeria. Get your PVC. Your PVC, your voice.
Hi, I'm Tunji Andrews, and this is 1,000 Naira notes. To some people, this represents a meal or a few bottles of beer. To other people, this is 4 units of Dangote cement shares or 21 units of GT Bank stock, or the startup capital needed to start that pure water business. Whoever you are and whatever your needs might be, we have you covered on the Money, Business and Economy Show on 99.3 Nigeria Info, weekday mornings at 9 a.m. Cause it's not really the amount of money that matters. It's usually what you do with it. Cheers.
Go Fest happening out there at the Federal Palace Hotel. You do not want to miss it. Okay, welcome back. Trophy. Pretty much, we squeezed in about 5 calls and take our Guangwara out of the studio. But so you know, Atletico Madrid's Gabi, the man who's got a 3rd goal, he becomes the oldest player to score in a European final since Paolo Maldini in 2005. Who would forget that Champions League final against Liverpool? Let's take your calls now, and we'll wrap things up in just a bit. Hello. Okay. Hi, good evening to you. All right. Thank you. I caught them off guard. It happens. Hi, good evening. What's your name, please? Okay, go ahead. Good evening to you.
Good evening.
Bonsoir.
Bonsoir. That's right. It's Real Madrid.
Which one is the fake one? Oh?
Atletico, he thinks they are the fake one. Well, then again, this will be our final caller. Maybe we'll take 2. Hey!
Thank you very much. You not try. You not try. You not call me yesterday.
Said I will
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Amen. Bless you too. Alright, straight to Twitter. RDP says, good job guys, and had to munch our live coverage on YouTube, saying keep it up, thank you so much. I am Ibuka. I appreciate all of your tweets. Also giving a shout out to Salem Fly. This one is coming in from Kinsley, who says Spain has been dominant in Europe all year long. The consistency has been what I wonder of what England is doing also to achieve this fame. Dubious officiating deceives English teams to believe they've arrived but become 3rd class when it matters. Kinsley comes back to say the teams from Spain, okay, just had to do a repeat of that. Silas says, good evening guys, see Arsenal just dash Atletico Madrid the cup just like that. And we appreciate every single one. Salem, we gotta go. Thank you so much.
Merci de m'avoir recevoir, merci d'être à la maison. Femi and the Gang, le numéro 1 ici au Nigeria, partout au monde entier. Femi and the Gang pour toujours.
That's right. That's right. We are indeed numero uno. Judah Chigbo, appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for having me.
Big pleasure. I'm Emmanuel Lightim. Well, on behalf of Nnamdi Ekuba and the rest of the team led by Femi, we want to wish you guys a fantastic night rest. The broadcast will continue. It's not done yet. It's 24-hour radio. The first talk news and sport. We just wrapped up our coverage of the UEFA Europa League. The celebrations are still on the way out there in Lyon for Atletico Madrid. If you missed it, well, Atleti secured the UEFA Europa League title with a 3-0 win against French side Marseille. Have a brilliant night rest. God, when I will find you, dear.